So yeah, thank you for taking your time, Viljar. And maybe some other people don't know about you, so maybe you can introduce yourself a little bit and then what you do and so on. Yeah.
Um, I'm indeed a Viljar. I come from Estonia.
Uh-huh.
It's a wonderful small country, and it's summertime, and it's really nice and warm outside today.
Yeah, I can see that.
Um, Indeed. What I'm doing, I am working in a non-profit organization called Samaria,
Samaria.
Estonia. Yes, and we are working with men, particularly, who are in trouble. And the main reason why they are in trouble is that they are addicted to alcohol
Mm-hmm.
or other bad things.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to help them. And I got attached to that organization about 3 years ago when I myself was in real trouble.
Wow.
Yeah, back then I didn't have any self-esteem, absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Even if someone would hand me a cloth to clean something, I was afraid to do that.
Wow, I
And
see.
that was actually a problem of many relationships in my life going wrong, completely wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that destroyed my self-esteem. Then this organization gave me a job to do, and they trained me to be more confident in what I'm doing. At first, I was driving a car.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was a big step for me. They trusted me their company car, and I was transporting furniture.
Mm-hmm.
Then they gave me a task to do with the men living in a shelter. So I had to teach them. I had to teach them also Bible, because
Mm-hmm.
this is a Christian organization,
I see. Okay.
and and uh, it was possible because I was studying also in a Bible school
Mm-hmm.
once a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't finished it yet, so I'm working on it. Uh, on the side of working, it's a quite challenge to fit school um, and work together. And in this particular time, when a lot of projects are also on my shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
so that's how I came into that organization. And slowly, but surely, my confidence grew, and
Mm-hmm.
I got even more responsibility, and I was able to do more work. Then I went to study in Sweden for 1 year,
Wow.
and it was a huge step forward in regaining self-worth, and that was a really good time.
Mm.
And I
Mm.
hopefully got much more wiser and also more courageous.
Mm-hmm.
And now, in the beginning of this year, actually, yeah, it was 4th January, I started to work in this organization again.
Mm-hmm.
But this time I became one of the leaders
Wow.
in this organization.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Uh, it was also quite funny because on the 29th of December last year, they called me and said that they need me working there immediately. And they said, your job starts at 4th January. So I came there. The beginning was quite hard because it was associated with the leadership change in the organization,
Mm-hmm.
where the whole board and the executive leaders were replaced. So it was quite a challenge. And then we were finding out what are our gifts and talents where we can work in this board. And I was handed over the task to take care of our staff and also maintain information flow.
Mm-hmm.
Since our organization has funding through supporters, and they do not support directly by giving us money, they support us by giving us second-hand goods,
Mm-hmm.
which we have to sell for making it possible to help the men and other people in need.
Right.
Because in one center, we have 3 shelters. In one shelter, it's not exclusive for men only. There we are having also women
I see.
there who need help, because even they want to get rid of their addictions.
Mm-hmm.
And we would really like to help them if we have the knowledge and wisdom. So now I've lost my...
So you explain about what you do, and then you're almost, I think that you're getting supporter, some goods from supporters, and you sell them, and then with that fund you help people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because also the people who we are helping live in these shelters, and keeping a shelter open requires quite a bit, at least in our society. So every help is a huge help for us to keep these shelters open and provide the service the men and women need who come there.
So you take care of this shop as well as helping the shelters and people. Is it correct?
I am only a small part of it, because I don't have enough time or wisdom to do everything associated with it. But my thing is to maintain the workers, employees.
In the shop, right?
In the shop and also in the shelters.
Okay,
so
I see.
I'm like responsible for the whole staff. We have not separated the shop and shelter workers.
I see. I got it. Yeah.
So
okay.
And,
yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, and since we have volunteers working also, and we have employees who are older than 50, this brought a new challenge. Since we lacked information, what we are selling, how much we are selling, and we needed desperately some information. And we opened a shop, a new shop, a bigger shop, more beautiful than we ever had. But we had to close down 2 other shops in the same town. So to consolidate the resources. So we need less staff, and we can be more efficient. That opened up a possibility to do an experiment.
Right.
2 things. First, information flow, that we could get some information what the customers are buying, which was a complete darkness for us until that moment. And also, we wanted to know when do they buy things, so that we can arrange our time schedule much more efficient, so that the customers have the goods they want in time.
Right.
And we could cut a bit corners as well, and in the correct places, because right now, when we got handed over the organization, it was not in the best shape. And right now also, as we know, in the whole Europe and around the world, the financial situation is not excellent. And that affects us as well. So we have to become more efficient, more focused, and cut corners where needs be.
Yeah.
So that's why I was searching for a solution for a POS solution. We were trying different hardware types. At that phase, I was testing them out myself at home. Worked through 12 programs. None of them were good for us because, as I mentioned before, we had a little bit older staff as well, who are not so tech savvy. So that gave us a huge challenge to find a really simple solution that gives us just enough information for us to make correct choices.
Yeah.
Because the older generation, they are afraid of technology. When I first introduced the idea that we are going to have computers or similar devices for the cash registers, two of them said, "We will quit."
Oh, really?
Yes, because they were seriously afraid of computer technology.
They sound like really afraid. Yeah.
Yeah. So at first, then I needed to try out different solutions. My mother, actually, she was also afraid of technology. She does not work here. So, but I gave her a smartphone. And now she says this is the most simple phone she has ever had.
Wow.
And that gave me an idea. I need to search a solution that works on a smartphone or tablet. Because, as my mother said, this is the simplest phone she ever had.
So you got the confirmation from your mom? This is possible for elderly people.
Exactly. So I started to search POS software for Android because Apple has its difficulties in price. We needed to cut corners, and I didn't find first any good solution. There were paid solutions that were too costly for us, and that was a problem for us because we needed to cut corners. And accidentally, using not Google but Start Page, I found out that there is a Loivers 100% free. It seems like it was just starting up, so the big search engines did not think that this is anything worth yet.
Yes, that's true.
It was around March.
I see. Because it's interesting because we launched end of December, when you started to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yes.
Nice. That's an interesting coincidence.
Yes.
But a happy coincidence. So, and then I tested it out on my own phone. Looked, simple. Then I tested it out on a tablet. I have to confess, I was using a test account, which we are not using today. So
that's fine.
Yeah. So then I found out that I can handle this very easily. When I did test sales, worked fine. Excellent, simple enough. I can prove it is simple. And in the end of May, we opened the new shop.
Yeah.
And then I introduced Loivers on a tablet. And of course, first I got really scary eyes looking at me.
Especially from these two people.
Exactly. Actually, there were a little bit more than two people.
Okay.
Because, but they were not as mortified as these two.
Okay.
And then I made a demo on it. And it worked really simple. And I asked them, just touch it. Just touch it. It doesn't bite. we are not using our database yet, so nothing can go wrong. Just touch it. And they got the first trust in this system. And when we then I switched to the real account, we already were able to start using it immediately. Yes, they did make mistakes because sometimes they were pressing the buttons too fast, so that they didn't look at what they are pointing at. Yeah, exactly. And that caused a little bit of trouble, but in time we were able to manage it as well, so that now they are working really well with the software. And it is easy. I have to say several times, it is easy. Simple, beautiful, and easy.
Wow, that's so much compliment. Thank you so much. Yeah. So do you think you would like to recommend to others who like retailers like you?
I would recommend it, definitely. Especially when there is a small startup in retails. Because it is a huge help. And in case you have workers who are not so tech savvy and are afraid of technology, then touchscreen based solution is really good for them. You see what you press, you see what you get, and point your finger at. There is no keyboard, nothing. That makes elderly workers, and especially volunteers who are retired and they want to just help. This is a really great tool because they do not need to be afraid. A few demos show how it is done, and they will get it.
Actually,
because,
carry on.
Sorry, because
yes,
two of them have never had a computer. They have never had smartphone, and they are using it today.
Wow. For me, really, like, it's amazing to hear from you, because we try really so hard to make it simple and intuitive enough that, any people can use it. That was one of the focus when we were developing this Loiva Sports. So when I really hear from you, it is really true verification, Even the people who never use the computer, they could use it. So yeah, I'm really happy to hear from you. So my last, sorry, you want to say something more?
Absolutely. Thumbs up.
Okay, so I want to ask last question as time is running. So as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as an NGO person, what is your motto or philosophy which you would like to share with others?
Maybe it's associated with my particular task in this NGO. My personal desire is to give way for people who are better than I am. And I would like to make the people with whom I'm working, I want them to become better than I ever was. When I'm a good salesman, I want my student to become better than I ever was. So that if I got 4 points, I want him or her to get 8 points at least. And when unfortunately, I'm not a great musician, but if I was, I want to have students who will become twice as good as I ever was. And investing in people, it seems to pay off. Yes, at first, a quick buck is tempting, but the real joy comes when you see other people grow and get where they need to be and having wonderful lives, a great life, and they have really great potential. This is what is my small desire.
Wow, it doesn't sound small at all. It sounds very deep and massive to me. But out of just curiosity, where did you get this kind of very, how do you say, meaningful motto for yourself? I'm just curious.
Maybe because someone helped me out of a real deep trouble where
Uh-huh.
I didn't have any
I see.
courage to be alive even.
Mm-hmm.
Someone had faith in me.
Mm.
Some person had faith in me and helped me to become better than I ever was.
Mm. Right.
And if there were no people like them, probably we would never talk here. And
Mm.
probably I wouldn't walk on this earth today.
Mm.
They gave me a purpose. They gave me a possibility to be alive.
Mm.
And now
And you want to
I'm,
continue to practice for others.
maybe it's the desire to repay the favor by giving
Ah.
it on. Because some of them are not alive today.
Mm.
So I cannot repay them directly. I
Mm.
want to repay to the society.
Mm. By becoming better than them, if according to your principle, right?
I hope to become better than them. Maybe it's arrogant to think about like this, but hopefully those who I help or teach in whatever things, they will become better than I ever was in these things I taught them.
Mm. Wow, it was very inspiring for me. Viljar, thank you for your sharing with the beautiful
Thank you so
nature
much.
background. And
Thank you.
yeah, we are happy to help your organization, and we are hoping that we continue to develop our relationship as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
It was a pleasure.
me too. Have a great evening. Talk to you later, yeah?
Thank you.
Bye
See
bye,
you
Viljar.
later.
Yeah, bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye bye.